Thank you, Spencer. Hi, everybody. I am Lori Beth Larson, and I am an instructor in OER lead faculty at Central Lakes College in Brainerd, Minnesota. And today I will be sharing about how several high school instructors in the area and I and another college instructor work together to implement two OER, create and implement two OER. We worked through a college in the schools program in both our reading program and global studies. And I'll leave time for questions at the end, but please, if you do have questions, I am happy to answer them as I share. I cannot monitor the chat, so I will take a look at it when I'm finished. So I teach at a relatively small community college in rural Minnesota. We're one of 37 colleges and universities in the Min-State system. We serve about 5,500 students each year, and we are a combined community and technical college. The two programs I'll be speaking about are part of the liberal arts program, and I've included links in the presentation. You'll have access to those later for the Min-State website and our own Central Lakes College website. We've been working on open ed resources since about 2014, and we do have a liberal arts Z degree, the first in the Min-State system. We received our first OER grant from Min-State in 2015, and then we created the Z degree in about 2018. So students can earn an AA, an Associate of Arts at CLC without buying a textbook. Just to boast a little bit, 38 CLC faculty have joined our OER work. That's about a third of our faculty. And some faculty choose to have low-cost textbooks. We determined that to be under $40. And enrollment in the LTC low-cost textbooks and the zero-cost textbooks in the 2019-20 academic year totaled about 4,588. About 85% of our students surveyed in Open Ed Week reported they had enrolled in an OER class. We're kind of excited because this year we have saved students will pass the 1 million mark, and that'll be kind of fun. And this year, we will be involving students in OER creation formally. We've hired 2 student OER specialists to help faculty in their OER course redesign. We also work with the high school, college, and the schools partner to create OER for our classes in the high schools. So this program, College in the Schools, CIS, high school students can earn college credit by enrolling in courses offered in their local high schools. They're taught by a high school instructor in collaboration with a CLC faculty mentor. About 34 area high schools are offering CIS courses. So just to explain a little bit about this program, because it is the program that we worked in to collaborate. High school instructors can apply to teach in the CIS program, and then CLC division deans and human resources and faculty review the applications and make a recommendation to approve, provisionally approve, or deny an applicant. If a CIS instructor is in progress toward meeting the requirements, they can be provisionally approved. The liberal arts and science instructors require a master's degree in field or a master's degree with 18 credits in field. The career and technical instructors require a mix of formal academic preparation and discipline-specific work in the field. CIS instructors attend a workshop at the beginning of the year to review the roles and responsibilities, become familiar with the syllabus requirements, and learn about college-wide and classroom assessment expectations, and learn about the policies and procedures for the college systems. And most importantly, CIS instructors are required to maintain approved course syllabi at the beginning of each semester that's in alignment with the CLC course, the college course. And they submit their course syllabus to the CIS collaborator for review and approval at the beginning. So just as a course sample, these are just a few samples of some of the courses that we have in our CIS program. We have chemistry and algebra and physical education, world religions, welding. There are many more, obviously, but these are just a few. So beyond phone and email contact, each CIS collaborator, that's the college faculty, visit the CIS instructor at least twice per term. And the collaborator might review the assignments or projects, tests, papers, lectures, activities, assessment, and talk about teaching and learning pedagogy. The responsibility of the CIS instructor, the high school instructor, is to review the handbooks for students, class lists for proper registration. They submit student grades and communicate with the collaborator. They also attend other professional development activities in this program. The role of the CIS collaborator primarily is to assist the CIS instructor, the high school instructor, with professional development. We make classroom observations, provide teaching resources, obviously communicate, and ensure that the CIS course demonstrates the same content, the same learning, the same assessment, the same pedagogy in alignment with the CLC college course. We visit classrooms at a minimum of once for a repeat course, twice if it's a new course. And we'll be visiting, I'll be visiting virtually this year. So Mitchell Denny is a high school English instructor. We met several times face-to-face to talk about how possibly critical literacy might be offered at his high school. Kathleen Porter is an English and reading instructor at Central Lakes College. And the three of us worked on redesigning the critical literacy OER that is offered in the college and schools course. So students are enrolled in the 2-credit critical literacy class taught by Mitchell, the high school instructor, in collaboration with CLC faculty. Joy Davis is a high school Spanish instructor. She and I worked on redesigning the Introduction to Global Studies course. We redesigned the OER for the course, keeping in mind that it would be offered for college credit in an area high school as a CIS course. So just to provide a little bit of background, we recently redesigned our developmental reading sequence. And this is the first course. So we have 2 courses in the developmental reading sequence. The first one is academic literacy. This is a 5-credit developmental ed credit class. And a few years ago, another college instructor, Katie Klopfleisch, and I created this OER textbook. The textbook focuses on helping students develop academic literacy skills. We used warm-up, workout, cool-down activities to help students understand and practice reading, writing, listening, and speaking academic skills. So the first few chapters focus on teaching students some of these strategies, and the last few chapters are real-world practice units. So students use these strategies to possibly read a textbook, listen to lectures and take notes, take quizzes. It is published on Opendora for you to take a look at and revise and use and make it even better. It's on the Opendora, which is our Min State repository for OER. Then the second course in our reading developmental ed sequence is critical literacy. This is the one we redesigned with CIS in mind. So once students complete the academic literacy course, they're encouraged to enroll in critical literacy. They might choose to enroll in critical literacy, or they might be recommended to enroll in this course. We used to use the AccuPlacer for placement, but we haven't done this year due to COVID. So students typically are placed in this course based on their high school GPA. This is a 2-credit course. It is offered for elective credit, not developmental reading credit. And it serves as a support course for other courses that students might be enrolled in. They might be enrolled in composition or in astronomy or a transfer credit course, and this course supports their academic literacy skills. Again, it supports skills like reading and writing and participating. I'll just show you a sample. So we focused on helping students understand the purpose of developing critical literacy skills. And we wanted them to understand how they could use strategies to learn in an academic setting. You can see from the sample outline that each strategy includes a built-in practice. We ask students primarily to journal and understand what the purpose of a learning task is or what might be the goals. They might journal about the skills they already have, or they might think about what strategies they might want to use to read or to listen to a lecture or to prepare for a quiz or participate in an online discussion. Usually, students are encouraged to use their, what I call a real world class, to complete a built-in assignment. So for example, students this week in my critical literacy class are learning how to incorporate resources or incorporate sources into an essay. And many students are using their composition class or their astronomy class or biology class to incorporate sources. Otherwise, we do use the essays from 80 Open Essays. If you want a link to that, it's a fabulous open resource. So this resource, like academic literacy, does include several units at the end of the book to practice in a simulated real academic situation. This OER is also published on Open Dora. So how did we do this? So MnState offered a grant for a secondary and post-secondary institutions to work collaboratively on a project. I've been curious, mostly as a mother of a student and as a reading instructor, about how to offer these critical literacy skills in a secondary setting so that students don't need to enroll in developmental reading at the beginning of their college career. So we applied for the award and we were awarded the grant. For a while, it seemed like we weren't going to get any takers. However, late last year, Parker's Prairie High School became interested. And after meeting with Mitchell and our CIS coordinators, we decided to revise this class, the critical literacy, since it is offered for elective credit. Kate Porter and I were the CLC faculty who worked on the project with Mitch, the high school English instructor. We met virtually after March, of course, and each added our own expertise to the project. Kate primarily works with technical education, and so she was adding strategies for technical writing and built-in practice activities. Mitch had previously been in business, so he was able to add a lot of the business writing strategies and practice. Once the OER was published, another high school became interested in offering this course. So currently, Sarah Dano from Staples Motley, a small area high school, is offering critical literacy as a CIS course. And I'm currently collaborating with her. We have found spots in the OER that can be improved. However, the collaboration is working well. The other OER we worked on was a global studies one. At CLC, we offer a global studies certificate, and the first class that students take is to complete an introduction to global studies. Originally, I had created an OER for this class, but since typical textbooks for this Intro to Global Studies didn't really meet the needs of our students, Typically, this class is offered at a university and was at a fairly high level. So although I followed the themes of a typical introduction to global studies, I used articles and TED Talks and online resources such as a United Nations human rights curriculum as the content for this OER. Last year, I was inspired to do more research into the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and use these as a basis for the class. I also really wanted to figure out how to incorporate open pedagogy into the curriculum, and not just as an additional chapter written by students, but as an opportunity for students to become agents of change in their own communities. I wanted students to become more aware of their roles as global citizens. So we put out a call for high school partners to help redesign this course and possibly offer it as a CIS course. Joy Davis, a Spanish instructor at Melrose Public High Schools, was a taker. So she and I received a stipend to begin working on redesigning the Introduction to Global Studies course with a new OER under a CIS OER grant. We met face-to-face until March and then virtually, and we redesigned the OER for this course using the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And we found other open resources online, and we focused not only on open content, but also redesigning each one with a renewable assignment for students. Just as a small sample, each unit in this OER, in this class, contains the 17 goals. So each unit contains learning objectives, essential questions, an overview of the goal, and learning activities. The learning activities are less of a student textbook, and they're more like a teacher resource. We've also included a social media connection for each unit. The primary assessment is a reflective learning journal, and we have a sample rubric for grading these. Finally, each unit contains a renewable assignment option. So for example, in this, no poverty, students might help support a local effort to reduce poverty. They may get involved in food banks or school food programs, homeless shelters, local charities, or the United Way. They might print posters to raise awareness of poverty in their community. They might invent something to improve the lives of people living in poverty in their community. There are renewable assignments for each unit. However, instructors might choose that students complete one larger project at the end of the course. So this course is being offered by Joy Davis in the Melrose Public High Schools. It is also going to be offered in 4 other area schools within the CIS program. And I'll be collaborating with these high school instructors to offer this Introduction to Global Studies.
Lori Beth, just giving you your 5-minute mark warning.
Thank you. So at the end of this year, we need to take a look at these 2 courses. We need to revise the OER, maybe if as necessary. We hope to expand the offerings of these courses. And if they're successful, hopefully other high schools will get involved and want to offer these courses. Currently, we're training 2 student OER specialists who might help us revise and edit them. And of course, it would certainly be wonderful to republish them in a non-PDF or a non-Microsoft Word format, like Pressbooks. It has been wonderful to work together with these high school instructors. The perspectives that we all bring to the table certainly enrich the OER for each of these courses. I look forward to seeing what might be changed and tweaked as we use them. I've left my contact information. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I am not a CIS coordinator. I am a collaborator though. So I can't answer a lot of questions about the CIS program, but I'd be happy to answer questions about anything else. I'll stop sharing now.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Lori Beth. I have a question.
Yes, please.
Do the high school teachers and high school students, what format do they use? Do they access CLC's D2L, or how does that work?
Oh, that is a good question. They can access it, but most high schools use, let's see, I think actually all of them are using Google Docs in a different format. And some of them are, of course, are face-to-face, some of them are virtually, so they can. But this is available in a PDF, and it's also available in the Microsoft Word, so they can change it and use it, but they don't need to use our D2L. Thank you. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? A follow-up question would be,
Yeah.
do you think it would be useful to have those students use the D2L?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they use their own platforms, which work well for them. They need to put attendance in our system. I mean, they enter grades in our system, but they can use they can work together with each other too. So I don't think so. What they're used to seems to work well for them. That's just my opinion, though. Any other questions? Oh, here, let me take a look at the chat. Thanks, Kari.
You're welcome. Can I add something to Dan's question?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Dan, I found that sharing stuff with my collaborator through D2L works really well. So I'm also with Central Lakes College and also have high school collaborators. So I have a D2L shell that's created for me and my CIS instructors, and that way we can share resources quite easily. I can send them out an email, but having one spot where we can go and find everything quickly is nice too. So that's just another way to use D2L, but not necessarily from the student aspect, but it has been very helpful.
Yeah, thanks, Kari. I have a question here about the renewable assignment options. They are ways of students getting involved in advancing some of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in their own communities. So I each one, let's see if I remember some of them. On the it is published on Opendora. The OER is published on Opendora, and so you're welcome to take a look at it. But each one has some of them are smaller projects that students could just complete, volunteer at a food shelter during that unit, or some of them are larger projects where they might implement some sort of way of reducing poverty in their entire community. So each of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, each 17 has a renewable assignment options. I don't know if that was expanded enough. Thank you, Mohammed. Yeah. Thank you, Spencer. Thank you, everybody. Please feel free to contact me if you have other questions, and enjoy the rest of the conference.